Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to read a few true scary stories from Reddit. I haven't read this story yet. This one is called The Man in the Driveway, so I'm going to be reading it right off my phone, and this is going to be my initial reaction to it because I never read it before, but I feel like the title kind of creeped me out a little bit because I have a really long driveway and at nighttime I refuse to walk down it. So, wake up and take the dog, my mom said as the light of the hallway filled my room, momentally blinding me. Normally, this would be my sister's job, but she laid in bed sick for the past week, so it was up to me to do her chores. I threw on some pants and an old white t-shirt, hooked up my Labrador, and was out the door. It was still dark outside, and my eyes hadn't been fully adjusted from the light in my house. So, it was hard to dodge around the poop in my yard. Once my eyes corrected, I noticed my dog staring at the driveway closest to my garage. It's dark in the morning when I take the girls to school. She kept staring at the garage until it illuminated the area. At the time, we had a sensor light on top of the garage, and it goes off all the time, but this time it was different. I saw a shadow that took up half of the light standing still. I figured it was my mom or dad. So I called out onto it, but it didn't move in response to either name. That's when I noticed it started to move. I got kind of worried, so I went back to the house, bolted inside, and locked the door. I told my dad, but he didn't believe me, so I shook it off and watched TV. An hour later, someone knocked at the door. I was home alone, so I wasn't allowed to open the door for anyone, so I ignored it. But then it got louder and more aggressive. I continued to ignore it, but they had started pounding, then it stopped. I called my dad and told him, and he said to stay inside. It has been a month and we haven't heard anyone at the door, but I still won't stay home alone anymore. Well, that's great because I take my kids to school, and as it gets more into like winter, it gets dark, so that kind of freaks me out. And they say dogs can see ghosts and spirits, and well, they say animals can see ghosts and spirits because they're innocent, so they're more prone to it. There's so many times my dog just like sits there and like stares at things, and I'm just like, what are you staring at? Stop, stop, stop. So I just get her attention to try to ignore it. That gives me chills a little bit. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna read another one. Okay, this one is called Real Ghost Story. A young girl named Lisa often had to spend time alone at home at night as her parents worked late. They bought her a dog to keep her company and protect her. One night, Lisa was awakened by a dripping sound. She got up and went to the kitchen to make sure the tap was off, and as she was getting back into the bed, she stuck her hand under the bed and the dog licked it. The dripping sound continued, so she went to the bathroom and made sure the tap was turned off there too. She went back to her bedroom and stuck her hand under the bed and the dog licked it. But the dripping continued, so she went outside and turned off the faucets out there. She came back to bed, stuck her hand under it again, and the dog licked it. The dripping continued, drip, drip, drip. This time, she listened and located the source of the dripping. It was coming from her closet. She opened the closet door, and there she found her poor dog hanging upside down with its neck cut. Written on the inside of the cupboard was, "Humans can lick too." Okay, I'm done. I'm done reading scary stories because that freaks me out a lot, actually. I'm never, ever gonna stick my hand out of the bed ever again. I'm like one of those people that when I sleep in bed, especially if my husband's not in bed with me, I need to have my toes covered, my hands covered, and the only thing is my mouth to be able to breathe. So that just clarified it for me why I do that. Oh my gosh, that gave me chills. I just hope that's not real. What? I'm a little bit confused. I'm confused. Did somebody break into our house? Like, what happened? I don't like that. Okay, so I'm done reading Reddit stories. I think I'm good. That one's good for me. I'm just gonna leave it at 2 Reddit stories because that kind of freaked me out, and I'm a little bit of a scaredy cat. I'm afraid of my own shadow. I have a mirror right here, and I literally keep scaring myself, like looking at it, thinking somebody's right there. So I hope you guys like this video for my Halloween series. Let me know what you wanna see next time, and I love you guys.